So, last class we have seen some consequences and some equivalences and how to symbolize some ordinary language arguments into propositional logic, then validate the ensuing consequences. Then we raised a question which tells that if some propositions are in some specified forms, you can see their models or non models easily. Okay. So, now we will see that all propositions can be converted or brought into such forms, that is what we want to see. So, first let us give some name to those forms. So, we define those forms. We start with a literal. So, we say that a literal can be a propositional variable or negation of a propositional variable. So, here P stands for any generic propositional variable and L stands for a literal. So, a literal can be a propositional variable or negation of any propositional variable. Then we come to defining some clauses. So, we say that a disjunctive clause can be a literal or it can be disjunction of two other clauses. So, say D or D. So, if you are very specific about the grammar, then you have to include a bracket here, parenthesis, okay, because once it will be combined with other clauses, you need a bracket there, you need parenthesis. Similarly, a conjunctive clause can be either a literal or it can be conjunction of two other conjunctive clauses. Okay. Then finally, we define what we want. So, we say that a DNF can be disjunction of conjunctive clauses. Okay. So, that way we have to write it is a disjunction should be or of a conjunctive clause and another conjunctive clause. So, you say C or C. Okay. So, once you have this, it means there can be finite number of disjunctions here, not only two. Okay. It is recursive. Similarly, a CNF can be conjunction of two disjunctive clauses, but there is a problem when you give to this recursive definition, it says only C or C, and DNF a C is already there. So, it allows only two conjunctive clauses to be or together, right, but we need really any finite number, fine. So, what we do here is just like this, we take a conjunctive clause by definition, a DNF, and then disjunct together many DNFs, right, just like this. So, what we do? We say that it can be a conjunctive clause or a DNF or another DNF. Okay. Similarly, here what we do? We say CNF can be a disjunctive clause or a CNF and a CNF. Okay. If it is very cryptic, we will define in words. Okay. So, our definition will be a literal is a propositional variable or negation of a propositional variable. That sentence comes from this. Next we go for disjunctive clauses. So, we say a disjunctive clause is a disjunction of literals. Okay. Then we say a conjunctive clause is a conjunction of literals. Fine. So, when you read that a disjunctive clause is a disjunction of literals, this says a finite number of literals can be ORed together, that is how you have to read it. So, a finite number includes 0 also, that creates problem, right. So, you say 0 number of literals will create confusion, we will not have that here, but 0 number of disjunction allowed. So, that means a single literal is by itself a disjunctive clause, right. Similarly, here a single literal will be taken as a conjunctive clause also. Okay. So, next we define a DNF, which can be read as disjunctive normal form proposition is a disjunction of conjunctive clauses. So, again with the same convention, if you have a single conjunctive clause, that can also be considered as a DNF, right. The word DNF is used in two ways. We say a proposition is in DNF. So, there we do not read this proposition word, right. We say proposition is in disjunctive normal form. Also, as it is for a DNF, a proposition which is in DNF, we say it is a DNF, right. So, in that case we read DNF means disjunctive normal form proposition. Okay, both the ways it is being used. Now, similarly, we can define a CNF. A CNF or conjunctive normal form proposition, or just the normal form, is a conjunction of disjunctive clauses. So, if you take a single literal, it is in DNF or CNF? Both, not either, both, that is what you mean, right. Because a literal by itself is a conjunctive clause, a conjunctive clause by itself is a DNF. So, a literal is in DNF. Similarly, a literal by itself is a disjunctive clause, and a disjunctive clause is again a CNF. Therefore, a literal is also is in CNF. Okay. Now, the question is how this conversion will take place. So, one way is to look at the truth table of any proposition and then get the models. So, you go the reverse way, right, but that defeats the purpose, right. We want to see the models from the proposition. Now, you are considering the models and constructing the proposition. So, how does it help? Well, it helps in storing some knowledge there, that is all, right, storing that this is the model of that. It is equivalent to telling that these are the models we have found out, fine. So, you should have some different ways of finding out DNF or CNF equivalent to a proposition, fine. So, it is easy to get it, because all that you need is your proposition should have only negation symbol, or symbol and symbol. So, first thing it says you should eliminate the implied symbol and biconditional symbol, right, using your laws, fine. So, if you write an algorithm for this normal form conversion, it would first proceed with eliminating these two connectives, fine. So, first step in the algorithm, let us call it normal form conversion. So, there we should first eliminate this and this by using the laws. So, which laws you may be using? By using say x implies y is equivalent to not x or y, okay, and then x biconditional y is equivalent to and of both the things you can take. So, you say not x or y and x or not y. Fine. It is combination of x implies y and y implies x, right, or you can write it in a different way. You can also say x if and only if y is equivalent to, you just see its models. Its models are when x and y are having the same truth value, right. So, if x y both are true, you get x and y, or let us write it first, x and y, or both are false. So, not x and not y. Any one of this can be used. Okay. Sometimes negation of all those things, if you can recognize, it becomes quicker. For example, not of x implies y, you can straightforward write x and not y. Similarly, these two also. Okay. But anyway, we will take care of that later. So, second thing is, now once you have applied this step, your proposition does not have the symbols implies and biconditional. Then what should we do? See, all that we want is a conjunction of disjunctions of literals or a disjunction of conjunctions of literals. So, we need literals, that means negation symbol should not come anywhere else except near the propositional variables. Okay. So, you have to take the negation symbol near the propositional variable, fine. So, use De Morgan. So, use De Morgan law. What are the laws? Not of x or y is equivalent to not x and not y. The other one is not of x and y is equivalent to not x or not y. But literals also have another property. There cannot be two negation or three negation symbols. Right. This might introduce many more negation symbols near the propositional variables. So, you have to eliminate them, that is use double negation, and double negation for taking the negation symbol close to the propositional variables. Next step, see whatever we have done till now has also a name, it is called a negation normal form, where you have the negation form, negation with the propositional variables, but ands and ors can be anywhere, in some way they are there, that is all. We want a specific form again, ands of ors or ors of ands. So, finally, what we have to do? Use distributivity. So, third step is use laws of distributivity, which can be written as x or y and z is equivalent to x or y and x or z, also the other way. So, this says if you have something, some propositional variable, let us say here p or y and z, then you can put in this form. But if it is in the form y and z or p, so you need commutativity, you need also associativity, right, because you are not going to write all those parentheses, fine. And laws of commutativity and associativity to bring the proposition to DNF or CNF. Is that okay? So, let us see the first problem. And phi implies not q. So, it says first we have to eliminate these two occurrences of implies. So, this is equivalent to not of p or not q and r, and not p or not q. Okay. Next, there is no need of using De Morgan here, not is never outside, it is near the propositional variables, okay. They are already literals. So, second step is gone, we go for distributing. So, now this not p when distributed over this gives not p or not q and not p or r and not p or not q, fine. So, due to associativity we can forget the brackets. So, we just write it as not p or not q and not p or r and not p or not q. Fine, but still there are some other ways, like if you recognize here not p or something and not p or something, so you could have used distributive in the other direction, fine. So, what does that give? It will be not p or not q and r and not q, is it right? You check it back, not p or not q and r, okay, and not p or not q, okay. Now, what should you do? This one not q and r and not q. So, you use the law of idempotency, which is not specified in the algorithm. Algorithm does not need it anyway, but if you know some laws of absorption, laws of idempotency, they will help you in simplifying the CNF or DNF. Okay. So, now you can modify even the algorithm if you want to use them. Now, what does it say? This becomes not q and r, that is all, because not q and not q is equivalent to not q. So, this gives not p or not q and r, this is a simplified version. Okay. See, sometimes you may reach at one proposition which is in DNF, but you want a CNF. So, what should you do there? Just blindly use distributivity, you will get it. That is not easy in terms of computer time, because so many factors will be multiplied out, fine, but that is okay, you can get a CNF. So, there is a way, fine. So, this is a theorem again what you have done till now through an algorithm. It says that every proposition can be converted to a CNF and every proposition can be converted to a DNF equivalently, preserving equivalence. You can convert anyway anything, right, but all that it says that equivalence is preserved, fine. So, let us see another. So, second problem, P implies Q or Q implies not R or R implies Q implies not of Q implies P implies Q if and only if R. First parenthesis is not required. Yeah. So, what do we do? We have to eliminate the connectives, implies and biconditional. So, not P or Q, that is for this implication, or not Q or not R for this implication, or not R or Q for this implication. Let us keep it, it will create problem otherwise. So, implies now not of, not, so you say not Q or P, again keep it. Now, Q biconditional R, which is not Q or R and Q or not R. One more bracket, okay. So, there is a nested implication, one is here outside, this is say inside. First, let us take care of this. We can take care of both at a time, but let us take care of this first. So, this gives, okay, these are all ORs. So, I can put them together with associativity. Okay. This implies not of, now this becomes not of this or this, okay, and not of this is what? You can use double negation straightforward, anything can be used anywhere, but we wanted to follow the algorithm. So, we have to write this way. Anyway, double negation we are omitting. So, once you take out this, it becomes not Q or P or this formula. Is it okay? It is confusing. Okay. Let us take not of this thing. So, that is not of whole thing, okay, not x or y. You need one more. Okay. So, that gives, see, if you want to write all those things you can, but some simplification you can do. So, see here that Q or not Q is occurring, right. So, with that if you make any OR, it will be remaining that only, because this is equivalent to top, right. So, you can simplify here itself, you take top as this and then top implies x is equivalent to what? X, that also you can do, right. But if you do not want to do, still it is all right, you can proceed, does not matter. Let us take that. As it is, So, this will be negated because this implication is there, and then OR with the whole thing. So, that gives OR the whole thing. So, that is not of okay, as per the algorithm. We have not used any simplification till now. Now, algorithm says next step is to go for the distributions. Before that you may need De Morgan's law. Fine. So, if you use De Morgan's law, what does it say? This knot will go inside. So, De Morgan's law says that while it goes inside, it goes on changing the ORs to ANDs and ANDs to ORs, right. That is what it will do. And if you use double negation along with that, so when it goes, it becomes P and not Q and Q and so on. Is it okay? So, you can write as equivalent of, when that knot goes inside, you say P and not Q and Q and R and R and not Q, okay, when this knot goes inside. Then OR is as it is. So, OR, this knot again goes inside. So, when this knot goes, this double negation is not there as if. So, now what happens? Not Q becomes Q and not P. Okay. First term gives Q1 not P. Then this OR becomes and next is this knot is going. So, here it becomes Q and not R. Okay. Q and not R, this becomes OR, then not Q and R. Okay. Just verify with yours. Okay. Next, what should we do? Is it in any form? Here is one conjunctive clause, or there should be other conjunctive clauses. It is not a conjunctive clause. Okay. You have to distribute. We just keep it as it is, or so which one to distribute? This and only OR is here. Okay. Inside also you can distribute, but then suppose I take this and distribute this AND, it becomes this and this OR. So, you need another distribution. Okay. Any other simplification can be done? Suppose you distribute this, can you distribute this? Which one? This?
Yeah.
Let us try that. Okay. So, this is Q1 not P and Q1 not R, that is one. Other factor is Q1 not P and not Q and R. Is that okay? Fine. This is in correct form. Yeah, we do not need the brackets. You have to take away the parenthesis, that is all, right, to bring it to looking good, only for elegance. So, what we do? Q1 not P and Q and not R. Another is Q1 not P and not Q and R, right. So, it is in DNF, fine. Okay. Now, to bring it to CNF, distribute everything. So, how many factors are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here are 1, 2, 3, 4. Here are 4. So, it will give you how many clauses there? 6 into 4 into 4 clauses, right. That becomes clumsy, fine. So, what you need is use the absorption and idempotency, okay, and the laws of constants, because you know if it is not Q and Q, this becomes bottom, right, that will help. So, laws of constants also will be helpful, fine. So, what we are using is laws of constants, idempotency and absorption. What is absorption? Idempotency means x operated with x, right, x or x is equivalent to x, x and x is equivalent to x, fine. What is absorption? If you have x or y, then you take and x, so that x is absorbed in x or y, fine. So, it says x or y and x is equivalent to x or y or x. Well, you think of union and intersection, let us say it is a set A union B and A and is intersection. X, not x and y. Now, what about x and y or x? That second x, fine. These are laws of absorption. Now, let us see what comes out of this. So, this is equivalent to, now we observe this and just write bottom, or what else? Q is idempotency. So, not P and Q and not R. Next is Q and not Q is bottom again. Now, this is in DNF or CNF? Both. Now, it is in DNF and also in CNF. How? As a DNF, it has a single clause, single conjunctive clause, this itself, right. This is the clause, conjunctive clause. As a CNF, the clauses are the literals. There are 3 clauses in a CNF, in this CNF, and there is a single clause in the DNF. Okay. So, you did not have to write all those 6 into 4 into 4 disjunctions, right. Sometimes the laws will help you this way. Well, what you observed here is writing your first clause as bottom, because q is there, not q is there. Now, suppose you find finally that in every clause you have a literal and its negation, you have a propositional variable and its negation, then automatically it will be bottom, it will be unsatisfiable, fine. So, that means if it is a DNF and you find that every clause is having a pair of complementary literals, then you say that it is a unsatisfiable proposition, right. Is the observation clear? Now, can you prove the converse? If it is in DNF, it is unsatisfiable, then every clause should contain a pair of complementary literals. Yeah, clear? You see its contribution. If not, suppose there is a clause where there is not a pair of complementary literals, fine, then what you do? Give 1 to each of the literals, you are defining an interpretation. So, define the interpretation this way, each of the literals will get 1, a literal can be not of p, so that p will become 0, fine. So, that interpretation becomes a model for the proposition, that is a model, so it is not unsatisfiable, fine. Is that clear? So, what we observe is a DNF is unsatisfiable if and only if each conjunctive clause in it contains a pair of complementary literals. So, a pair of complementary literal means for some propositional variable p, there is p, there is not p, okay. P and not p are called complementary literals, complementary to each other, right. The same way you can say a CNF is valid, because you take a CNF, so consider a disjunctive clause in it, that clause is having a pair of complementary literals p and p or not p and then some other r's. So, that p or not p becomes top. Now, every clause is top, they are ANDed together, so finally it is top, right. So, CNF is valid if and only if each disjunctive clause in it contains a pair of complementary literals. So, that means if you convert to a normal form, then you can decide whether it is valid or it is not. Validity can be decided by changing it to CNF, fine. If you want to find whether it is satisfiable or not, then convert it to DNF, you can find out whether it is satisfiable or not. Is that clear? But unfortunately, one of the forms does not tell you both. So, you may need distribution and some other laws to be applied, fine. So, it might be difficult that whether a DNF is valid or not, the decision can be difficult unless you convert it to a CNF again. Similarly, whether a CNF is satisfiable or not, it might be difficult to decide, right. Difficult in the sense of what? Not that you cannot do it, it might take some time, at least you have to convert it to the other form and then decide, okay. So, let us take the problem 3. Now, you want to convert it to DNF or CNF and decide whether this is satisfiable or it is valid, unsatisfiable or valid. Fine. So, let us first convert it. So, this says I have negation symbol. Okay. See, some simplification you can see here. It is in the form of not implies. So, you can straightforward use not of x implies y is equivalent to x and not y, right, instead of writing or and then applying De Morgan. So, this gives P implies Q and Q implies R implies P implies R. Okay. Its negation, right. What we are doing is not of x implies y is equivalent to x and not y. Fine. All right. Next, what should we see? Negation again. So, I say P implies Q and Q implies R and not of P implies R. Once more. Okay. So, now this becomes not P or Q and not Q or R and P and not R, which is in CNF. Yeah, each one is a disjunctive clause. So, naturally it came to CNF, but CNF says it is valid or not can be decided. Is it valid? It is not, because there is one clause where there is not a pair of complementary literals. There is a clause where there is not a pair of complementary literals. If not P is there, P is not there. If Q is there, not Q is not there. For validity, each clause should have a pair of complementary literals. Here at least there is one, that itself is a literal propositional variable. So, no pair can be available there, right. Clear? So, it is not valid, that much we know, it is invalid. Now, immediately we conclude it is invalid. But invalid means it can be satisfiable, it can be unsatisfiable, right. It looks to be unsatisfiable. So, to apply that observation, what we need is convert it to a DNF, then only you can do it. So, let us convert and see. You can go back and do some tricks, but from here itself we can do. So, let us see. Our principle says if you distribute you should get. So, distribute it now. So, this is one class, this is another class. It is like multiplying x plus y into y plus z into z plus x into x plus w or something, 4 factors, right. So, choose one factor from each and write them, that is what we will be doing. Okay. So, it gives not P and not Q and P and not R, or not P and not Q, not Q is gone. So, I take R now and P and not R, or I take the next factor Q and not Q and P and not R, or Q and R and P and not R. Okay. So, this is in DNF. And now we go back to the principle, apply it. So, here we see that P not P, there is a pair of complementary laterals. In the next class there is also P not P, in the next class Q not Q, in the next class R not R. Okay. So, it is unsatisfiable. Is it clear? So, again let us take one more, fourth one. This is P implies not Q implies R, and P implies not Q implies P implies R. So, start eliminating. This is equivalent to not P or first class I am taking first proposition before this and. So, not P or this. So, that will be again not of not Q which is Q or R, okay, and not P or not Q. So, not of this whole thing or not P or R. Do it yourself. Okay. So, next I take not inside. So, that gives P and not Q and not R, or again here P and Q or not P or R. Right. Now, you observe this is a conjunctive clause, this is a conjunctive clause, or is here, or is also here. So, I should remove these two brackets, that is all, they are all R's, fine. So, that not P itself will become a conjunctive clause. So, I just remove and remove this. Right. So, this is in DNF. Fine. So, DNF says what? Satisfiable or unsatisfiable? This is not unsatisfiable, because there is a clause having no pair of complementary laterals. So, it is satisfiable, but it may be valid, right. It is a weaker thing, it can be stronger, it can be valid also. So, change it to CNF and check. So, what will happen there? P, P not P, that clause is gone, equivalent to top. Then P, Q not P, once not P is there, P is gone. So, you check the next, not Q with Q will give, and similarly not R with R will give. So, that will become valid. You can simplify also, where to simplify? It is not Q, it is Q, it does not matter, it is a smaller one. So, just multiply out and convert it to CNF. By distribution, just distribute the ORs and ANDs, then you get that it is valid.